Dude, the one thing that I'm afraid of the most is showing a part of myself that feels sacred to me only for it to be crammed into a box or only for it to receive engagement, not for the sake of understanding who I am, but for the sake of trying to capitalize off of it. And I'm not just talking money wise, even though I've had that happen to me, but also like in a social sense. I have a lot of traits that are inherent to me that I don't really see in other peers all that much. My propensity for curiosity is very strong, and I explore a lot of unconventional things. I listen to a broad range of music simply because I like how it sounds, not because I'm trying to gain a sense of superiority or a sense of or to gain like a sort of a validation or social capital. No, I indulge in what I like for the sake of embracing myself. And I feel like in the society that we're in now, being in this very technological age, this very like digital centric age, I feel like approaching life in this way is becoming a rarity amongst my peers. Because, look, coolness, I feel like it's dying. I feel like coolness, a lot of people don't have the right idea of what it means to be cool. I get complimented a lot for being cool, right? And don't get me wrong, I think I'm a pretty cool person. I do a lot of cool things. I am very ambitious. I like exploring a bunch of different things. I like exploring the possibilities. I like figuring out what I like and what I don't like. I like being curious about the world and other people. But at the same time, it's like people see this coolness in me and then they try to figure out what it is that I have so they can gain a sense of monetary gain. Like, I've even been around people who were envious of me, envious of my coolness. And then I would fall out with them only for them to say, oh, you're arrogant and you have this front and you think that you're different, but you're not. And I never thought of myself in that way. You know? Like, I don't think that, in fact, I hate being called different. I don't like being called different. Because difference isn't that all of our fingerprints are different. I don't think we're all meant to be the same, not even neurologically, you know? Like, we're all different. Every body is different. Like, also in a literal sense, every body is not built the same. Every brain is not built the same. There's not really a copy. There's not truly a copy and paste version of one person or another. And yet, we're in a society now that encourages that behavior. Now, we're building our personhoods up, our personalities up, based on how much social capital it can bring us when that shouldn't even be the priority, you know? Look, life is temporary and swag is meant to be forever. But if we keep on attributing swag to how much validation we get, how much we have, rather than what feels true to us, look, that swag is gonna die along with us. And not only that, we're gonna die before the swag. I I think it's pretty sad. I think it's pretty sad that this is the direction that I see my generation heading towards. I get called authentic. I have people approach me and tell me that I seem pretty authentic, and I don't even be saying that much. Like, I just be sitting down and people will approach me and say that, like, you're so cool, you're so authentic. But ironically, for such a long time, I would have to mask in order to be, like, palatable to these people. I have inattentive type ADHD. I also don't really, as much, I feel a lot internally, but I don't tend to express it outwardly the way that other people do. So I tend to over exaggerate my emotions around other people at times. And it's really draining. It's really draining. It's really draining. And for so long, I felt the need to do this because, you know, we get scared. We scream at what we don't understand. And how dare I be somebody who comes off as cool without saying a word, and then you talk to me and I'm weird. A lot of people don't notice. I tend to break out in the spoken word randomly. I'm a poet. I like to write a lot. And sometimes I'll be somewhere and I'll just randomly start freestyling lines and saying them out loud. And I'm afraid of doing this around other people. I'm trying to be less afraid, but I'm afraid of doing this. Not because I'm worried about people leaving me or people judging me for this, but I'm worried about it being crammed into a box and being commodified. I'm worried about it being seen as something more. Well, not even something more, truly something less. Just being seen as something that people can take and profit off of that weirdness. And I've had this happen a bunch of different times. I've had people take in traits of me because they wanted that social capita, not being true to themselves. And look, coolness, it can't come from who we copy. It can only come from us being us. There might be people who resonate with us. Like, I really resonate with Basquiat in his story. I know a lot about Basquiat and his life. But I don't strive to be him. He inspires me. He inspires my creative endeavors, but I know that I am a separate entity to him. And coolness, that's the only way that it can truly come authentically. If we embrace ourselves and who we are and stick truly to that, that's what it means to be cool. And I just wish more people understood this. And that's the end of my evening ramblings. Peace.